All right, we are ready for topic 7. This is topic 7, part A. This is an introduction to absolute values. So the two skills from your scale that we are working on are understand and solve one-step absolute value inequalities, identifying solution ranges on a number line, and evaluating absolute value expressions. All right. So absolute value, this is the little vertical line or bars that you were looking at on your pretest, and a lot of you didn't know what you were looking at. It's called absolute value, and it's defined by the distance a number is from 0. So I've got a nice number line here for you, and we're going to talk about the number line and then relate it to absolute value and what it means. So if you think about a distance, a literal distance, okay, it's always going to be positive. If I measure how far away I am from the window, I'm going to say I'm 12 feet from the window. I'm not going to say I'm negative 12 feet from the window ever. That just doesn't make sense when you're measuring literal distance. So that's what the bars mean. Absolute value, these bars right here. And number 1, we have absolute value of negative 2. So that means how far away is negative 2 from 0 on the number line? Well, obviously negative 2 is right here, and it is 1, 2 jumps away from 0. So the absolute value of negative 2 is 2. Or you could think of it as the absolute value is always just the positive version of that number on the inside. An absolute value can never equal a negative number. So if I have absolute value of negative 8, same thing, negative 8's over here, it is 8 jumps from 0. So negative 8, absolute value is 8. Absolute value of 2 is just 2. Absolute value of 25 is just 25. It's always just the positive version of that number. So if it's already positive, nothing even changes. Okay, so let's talk about evaluating absolute values. So this is more like expressions, okay? We're going to have multiple things going on. If it's inside the absolute value bars, you're going to combine them first, just like you would inside of a set of parentheses. It's kind of like they're grouped together. You deal with that first. Then you think about what the absolute value would be. So since negative 4 minus 3 is all under the absolute value together, you can go ahead and say that that's the absolute value of negative 7, which is just 7. Okay, let's do 15. Now this time, wow, what am I saying? Let's do number 2. It says negative 15 plus the absolute value of negative 14. This time, the 15 and the negative 14 are not in the absolute value together. So just deal with the absolute value first, kind of like you would a set of parentheses. Okay, the absolute value of negative 14 is just 14. So I'm going to change it to this. Negative 15 plus 14 is negative 1. So negative 1 is how you would evaluate that absolute value. Okay, number 3. Same thing. Deal with the absolute value first. Let's figure out what should be in here and then figure out what the absolute value is. I'm going to rewrite everything I have. Okay, negative 8 plus negative 1 is negative 9. Now, notice how the 3 is just outside of the absolute value of negative 9. There's nothing in between the 3 and the absolute value. So that means the 3 is being multiplied to the absolute value of negative 9, just like if you were to have a 3x. So this is going to be 3 times the absolute value of negative 9, which is just 9. And I think we can go ahead and do this. This is 3 minus 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. So 3 minus 27 is negative 24. guess I haven't circled my answers. I'm going to circle my answers. Maybe you try the last one. Pause when you're ready, unpause, but the same thing. Deal with your absolute value first. Okay, 5 plus 9 is just 14. The absolute value of 14 is just 14. Okay. This is going to give us 14 minus 42, which is negative 28. And there you have it. Pretty simple. Just anytime you see those absolute value bars, that represents the distance from 0, so it's always positive. I believe that's it. Yep. Okay. So make sure you go do your Delta Math practice. There is a section that just has you evaluate absolute values, and then you are ready for the next video. Have a good day.